Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sesh Connection. I'm your host, Tracy Valentine. This is episode 16, guys. Episode 16. Can you believe it's been 16 shows already? I'm I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I actually lasted 16 episodes so far, but this is going good. We took last Monday off, of course, and you know, between, I'd say, events, between just the pop-ups, 420, I was down for the count. I really, really, really was. But I'm here now. I'm here now. I'm here with you all. Of course, all new brewery, all new cannabis review for the second segment of the show. But it's been a great week, all in all. It really has. The 17th was not only Saison Day, but it was also my last day at my dispo job, which was bittersweet. So it was really just to venture into sales and marketing in that specific industry for me. So no bad feelings about it. It was time, and like when you know it's time. Um, so yeah, I definitely ventured off. Okay, so beer. Yes, visited a brewery the day after that incredibly awful, shitty, messy rainfall that we had. Right? Didn't quite know if it was going to be snow. Didn't quite know if it was going to be rain. It turned into something by the end of it all. It was just gross. It was absolutely gross. Um, but yeah, I ended up visiting a brewery the day after, and it got really nice out, which was great. I ended up actually over at Frolic Brewery in Thornton. It opened back in 2018. They're a brew pub, showcasing handcrafted beers, pizza. They even have a coffee shop inside, you guys. Love that it's veteran owned, of course. So again, we of course thank you for your services in this country of ours. And best of all, the patio is totally for the dogs. The whole outdoors, it's they rule the place outside. Honestly, it is a great place to bring the pup. It was a beautiful day out, so that place gets packed. It really, really does. While I was there, I tried, of course, the Pilsner. Why wouldn't I? And I tried their Hefeweizen. Uh, I will review a Hef on here with you guys. Am I a fan? It, it really depends. This is going to be the strangest thing because we know that a hef is mainly the two notes that you get on a hef are going to be banana and cloves. And I got to be honest with you guys, I cannot stand a banana forward hef. I would rather it have that more clove spice than have that banana flavor to it. It just kind of throws me off. It's not appealing to me. So I'm always looking for those kinds of hefts that are a little bit more clove forward. This was very balanced. I didn't feel like the banana was overbearing at all. And that's the best that I could say about that. And that's what I would say about a lot of hefts. Just simply because, again, they are very banana and clove forward to begin with, and banana beer is just not my thing. Which is, that's fine, of course. So instead, I brought home with me their Vienna lager. It is a 5.2% lager. Um, it's they state it's supposed to be a little bit more like bready, probably have some high malts in there. We're gonna definitely check it out ourselves. Uh, so they didn't advertise that they didn't have growlers, and of course I always carry a growler in my car. So I didn't need to buy a can. I had a 32-ounce growler fill, which was awesome. So I got a growler fill, and I know it says Renegade on there. You guys, did you hear the news? May 3rd, Renegade Brewery over here on Ninth and Santa Fe is closing down. Super sad to hear that. Really kind of depressed about it. It's a great place to go to. Love their vibe. Czech. It's a Czech Pilsner. I think we actually talked about it on like the first episode or second episode or so. But anyway, I definitely have a couple of Renegade 32-ounce growlers. I have a bunch of growlers. My father definitely bought me a few, some that even have my own name on them. But yeah, I guess we'll get down to it. Of course, as I said, this is a 5.2%. Didn't really have too much carbonation on that takeoff of the cap. And as you guys know, like when you have a growler or crowler, hold on, you guys, we are having a technical difficulty. Just a moment. You don't want to see that. So, it's going to be difficult today, you guys. Kid you not, before this, it was working just fine. That is okay. We're going to readjust and make sure that we can see everything going on. Not a problem. Okay. Let's see if I feel like it and want to go back. Let's see if we can get our other camera back. If we can, great. If not, we will go right back to our regular. Yeah, we're going to go with this guy just to be on the safe side tonight, you guys. So let's not worry about that webcam. We're going to do this right off of the computer camera. Not a problem. Easy fix, right? So anyhow, and you know what? I get to show you my stuff a little bit closer then. So no big deal to that. So all in all, you guys, this was the growler fill itself was actually like super inexpensive, $9 for a 32-ounce pour. And I mean, I just poured this. The head dissipated so super fast. It's nice and carbonated. Look at that, like kind of ambery golden color to it. Really liking it. That is definitely a nice looking Vienna. So let's see. While we're, oh, that smells really nice. They aren't wrong with the bready there. It's definitely biscuity. Definitely, you know, you can smell the malt. Let's give it a taste. Of course. Definitely malty. A little, just a little bit of I'd say a little bit of bitterness in there. Not much at all. You know, the place, as I said, it gets packed. If we want to talk about Frolic Brewery for a second, it gets packed. So I love that they actually utilize this flipper method, as they call it, which is like the Brazilian steakhouses. They have a green and red object that you flip. Green, of course, when you need service. Red when you're good. Really nice, quick and easy. I love that, and they were on the ball, really with getting everything. Really, like I said, nice atmosphere. It's a brew pub, so I feel like they really kind of catch on the like pizza end. Of course, I think that that's one of their like happy fortes, other than the beer, is that they make really good pizzas. They get packed. It's family friendly, like I said, and definitely pet friendly. You guys got to check it out. It's in a shopping center and it's right on the corner in Thornton. And like it's just really, it's packed. I love it. That's all I can really say is that I just really like seeing breweries packed these days. I know the tax issue is going to be going up for breweries in particular, and it's, you know, I just hope that a lot of them still stay in business and do their thing. You know, Craft Beer Week is coming up, and we'll talk about that later. And I really want to see these businesses thrive and not go under due to past pandemic issues or a high raising tax at this point in time. So anyway, let's get back to the happy. Of course, I'm so sorry. It is that part of the show where we go to our little map behind me, which I am covering completely because of how we're looking at things right now, but that's okay. And we're going to go to, let's see. Guys, we are going to go over here, up here in this little area here. So this little guy over here, we're going to Taiwan. We are going to Taiwan, which is, as I showed you, right over there. We'll scratch that off on another day, of course. What we are trying from there today is quite simple. Even the case itself that I had gotten, quite simple. It's called Taiwan beer for your viewing pleasure. There is no like special name to it or anything. It is called Taiwan beer. The name of the brewery is called Taiwan Beer Brewing Company. It is the gold medal though beer. They do have several different styles. Obviously, it's a product of Taiwan. It was originally named the Takasago Malted Beer Company, established in 1919. It actually was, when it was actually created, it was Taiwan's first brewery. This is also one of the 3 largest breweries in Asia. We've talked about one already, of course, that being the Tsingtao Brewery in China. Remember, we did a review on that specific brewery and beer that day. The other is Sapporo, and that is out of Japan. So we will definitely be reviewing a Sapporo from Japan at one point. Only because I kind of like keeping with that whole, now we've done 2 of the largest breweries in Asia. Let's do a third sometime soon. By 1946, after World War II, the name Takasago became Taiwan Beer Company. They claim the beer to have like sweet, less bitter notes to it. So we'll definitely be checking on that. Let's see. What we got was, like I said, one of the 5 main styles. They have a gold, they have a premium. There's a few others, of course, and then they have some fruited beers as well. The entire establishment of Taiwan Beer Company is actually also involving liquor and tobacco. There's, honest to God, a whole lot of history involved there that if you truly want to look into it, you are more than welcome. I am just not going to bore you with all of that history based on, pardon me, this particular brewery. So, as I said before, gold medal lager. It is Taiwan beer. It is 5% ABV. It was introduced in April of 2003. It's their #1 selling Taiwan beer. It's high multi-content. They actually use rice and aromatic hops, of course, giving it that fresh, clean, crisp taste that they talk about. So let's get into it. We're gonna get our next filling glass and crack open this little bad boy. Again, this is Taiwan beer. It is, as it said, it is a distinct flavored lager, distinctive flavor lager. Let's see how they lager. Don't mind those motorcycles. All right. So, definitely has this nice light gold color to it, kind of like a hay color. Really nice golden in there. The head dissipates again really fast. You can see all those bubbles. This is definitely a very carbonated beer. So definitely has some sweet notes to it. Really light, really light notes. Oh my goodness, you could, again, apples, but really fresh and crispy. A little bit of honey probably. You know, I would say that it tastes like, again, like a light, crispy apple, very light, and that's, to me, that's stretching it a little. I kind of want to say that it doesn't really have a taste to it, and if so, it's just very, very light. Like I said, there's a sweetness in there, and maybe that's where I'm getting that like crispy apple kind of taste to it. But more seltzery than anything, I would truly, truly say. Not that that's a bad beer. If you are looking for something that's oddly enough a 5%, but super light, like one that you actually want to have in like 100-degree weather, this would probably be the thing to go with. It's not heavy on the body. So cheers to that. That's a good thing. Um, Even the bubbles there, I mean, really like just sizzly right on the lips there, but then like nothing, just very, very light. Whatever it is that I'm tasting, super duper light. So yeah, so I mean that is Taiwan beer, of course. And overall, yeah, I'd say I like it. I would just kind of say that it's just really light and nice. It would probably be something that you'd bring to maybe a small older people. Um, that would probably be enjoyable. But a couple of events coming up for you guys, of course. The 1st of May is actually called Rotate Your Beer Day. Kind of speaks for itself, of course, but it's mainly to celebrate fresh new beer. Whether it's buying a new, favorite, going to a brewery with friends and trying one of their new releases, or simply just buying fresh beer for the fridge. Going as far as maybe rotating, as it says, your older beers to the back and pushing those new ones forward. Maybe there are beers in your fridge that, like me, for a while, I would keep my seasonal beers in the fridge and kind of drink them on their season. And if I wasn't around for that season, I hope to God somebody else drank them. I think my parents actually gave a lot away, which is what I typically do with a lot of extra beer that I have. I give it away. People usually like beer as a gift, unless you are just strictly cannabis. So the 7th of May is National Home Brew Day. This was actually created by the American Home Brewers Association back in 1988. It's typically celebrated on the first Saturday of May. So this year it'll actually be celebrated nationally on May 4th. So I guess when they say stuff like that, like there's going to be more of a celebration involved, there's going to be more events involved, and it's kind of like a Halloween party. Let's try and have them the week before. It's kind of like that. Make sure it gets on a weekend so you can have a lot of fun with it. So that's what I'm kind of assuming that the whole like let's switch it to the first Saturday in May ordeal actually comes from. The 13th to the 19th of May is Craft Beer Week. We spoke briefly about it earlier. This starts the official beer season, you guys. It's celebrated by visiting a brewery and not a local bar in the neighborhood in that week. It's of course just something that you want to go and enjoy. Go to a craft brewery. Don't go to your local bar. As I said before, we want to keep trying to keep breweries in business. They create really delicious beers. I personally like beer as an alternative to liquor. I feel like it's a little bit more controlled for me. Knock on whatever wood I could possibly find, despite a DUI in the past. But still, I feel it is a little bit more controllable than your typical liquors out there, which can creep up on you quite fast. Of course, May 5th, you guys, Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. And the beer of choice, the recommended beer would be Dos Equis Amber beer for that day. That is actually a highly recommended beer and drank beer on Cinco de Mayo. So if you want to celebrate it in style, get you a Dos Equis Amber for this Cinco de Mayo. So yeah, guys, all in all, thank you for joining me tonight. You can catch me here every Monday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, of course, on the YouTube channel that you should be watching right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe when you get a chance, and visit us on the gram. Follow us on the gram at @the_sesh_connection. And thank you to Frolic Brewery Thank you to the Taiwan Beer Company. Again, I'm your host, Tracy Valentine, with the Sesh Connection. Stick around for the second segment of the show, which is going to be our cannabis segment, which, as you know, we're going to segue into right now. So why even go away? Just stay here, glued to your TV, glued to your computer, your phone, whatever it is you're watching. Make sure you're watching me. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Again, I'm your host, Tracy Valentine, and this is the Sesh Connection. Tonight on the Canna segment, we are going to chat about 420. We're going to chat about upcoming events, etc. And of course, we're doing a review this evening. So I'm going to just put some stuff here out of the way because we're going to move in some things to get ready for our review, right? All right, so let's move the BS stuff, We'll move the BS stuff out of the way. There, we'll put that there. Because apparently I need a lot of space for this one. There's a lot of components involved, if you would. So, let's see. Let's start first with the actual product that we're going to talk about today. That's going to be Greenery Hash Factory. It's Lebanese hash. So this is 36, almost 37% THC. The strain is a cross of London lemon pound cake. I do apologize, and Bruce Banner number 5. A little history on the Greenery Hash Factory. Of course, they make handcrafted hash. This company skillfully crafts their hash to represent the original hash tradition. 60s, 70s. This was a huge thing, you guys. The Lebanese hash that we're actually going to be looking at today is dry aged keef that's always kept pure and potent within their facilities. So let's show you guys what it is that we're actually looking at today and what we're thinking of or what we're going to do. So when you open it, it usually will come in something like this. We specifically got their Lebanese hash. They do have a Moroccan hash as well, but I have to be honest, once you see this, you will, it's just really beautiful. Yeah. All right, you guys, if you can see, look at those layers. It looks like a little chunk of tiramisu. It's just beautiful. I mean, nice little layers in there. It's still got a softness to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Has a really nice smell to it as well. It's not like your typical cannabis. It's not like your typical flower smell. Definitely something different there for sure. And like I said, it just reminds me of a piece of tiramisu. It's just with those layers, those beautiful little dividing colors in there, that dark, that light, and then that dark again. Really, really nice the way they've compressed that hash and made it into that brick hash like that. So there are so many ways to smoke hash. We're going to use my DNA rig, but typically you can dab it, you can vape it, you can put it on top of a bowl of cannabis. You can smoke it by itself if need be, but we're going to do it through a rig today, which is not something that I typically do because, as you all know, aroma not smell. Sorry. As you all know, I'm not a dabber, but I do like Lebanese hash. So what we need for this, we need to make sure that we have all of our tools ready, of course, for both the before and after for this particular ordeal, I would say. Again, one of the reasons why I'm not a huge dabber as well is everything that kind of goes into it. At the end of the day, I'm tired. I just want to come home. I want to grab my pipe. I want to, just thumb a piece of cannabis in there, push it down with my thumb, light it, and call it a day. When you see what's involved with everything that we're going to be doing and everything that we need, you'll see why I'm like, guys, I'm tired. I don't know if I have the energy every day to do this on a daily basis unless I get my brain into some sort of routine like a lot of the younger kids do. So what you'll need, of course, is your rig. And because this isn't interchangeable, this can be a bong, a water bong for your cannabis flower, or it can be a rig if you put your banger in there. Um, so you need your rig. We've got our banger, right? We've got our torch, which we need to use a torch with stuff like this. You can't just use your regular lighter, okay? It's just not going to be hot enough to get to where you need to get the experience you're supposed to get by using a dab rig. And last but not least, for the first part of all of this, you need your dab tool, okay? So, and of course, obviously, you need your product. So let's see here. So for me, you guys, it's just gonna be a demo. So again, I'm really just not into doing dabs in general, and then I just don't have the lung capacity for it, and I'm okay to admit that. I watch a lot of you guys dab on screen, and by all means, kudos to you. You've got lungs like no other. I mean, I remember my first beer, so really, I'm most impressive, guys. But in time, that will fade. If you smoke cigarettes, that will 100% fade. So welcome to 44, and that's all I'm going to say. So, all right. So as I said, I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I am going to get everything ready, right? So first, I want to show you guys how much I'm going to actually use. Alrighty? Not much at all. In fact, I might even take a little nugget of that off just because, again, just doing it, yeah. Just doing a little hit, right? So I'm just going to use that much. I have seen people do double that size, triple that size. That's fine. Good for you. Again, kudos. But now what we're going to do with this is we're just going to put him kind of off to the side and let him sit for a minute because, again, we've got a process to how things are done, right? So he's going to lay out over there. We are going to get our torch and our rig and our banger, right? And you want to always have the safety on your torch, so we're going to take the safety off the torch. And typically, you are now going to light the bottom of the banger for about anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half. So we're going to actually do that. You guys are going to hang out with me in the process of doing that. So for an entire minute, you're just going to hear me babble while this is lighting, and I am kind of keeping track of that. But yeah, you really want to light this and keep the flame on there on the bottom, of course, because you want to kind of get it to a red hot state. You really do, because this is how your concentrate or your hash in this case, that's how that's going to break down for you. So again, you want to keep this on here for a minute. There is a process. There is a whole thing behind it. And we are getting there, guys. We are getting there. But you really, again, you want to see until this is maybe a little bit red hot. You want to kind of see that color change going on in there. And you don't want to just get the bottom. Kind of keep it around the sides as well, just in case your product ends up on the side of it. You want to make sure you kind of have all your angles covered, right? So about a minute has passed by now. We're going to go for maybe about another 15 seconds or so, or maybe less. For me, I think we're actually good there. Again, personal preference. And then I'm going to let that cool for about 30 to 45 seconds. Why? Because it can cause either combustion, it can cause a fire, or actually, to be 100%, the most common issue that you'll hear bud tenders and people in general that dab a lot talk about is that it actually can burn your concentrate, causing like just a bad taste. You can really taste that burntness to it. So, so now you want to take that after it's cooled, right? You let it sit there for a moment. You want to take your dab tool with our tiny little piece of hashish on there, right? And we want to show you here, as you can see in the camera, we're going to plop that right down into our piece here, right? And then we're going to suck. Oh, maybe that's not, oh wait. Maybe that's not hot enough, guys. We'll heat it again. Not a problem. Seems like it was right on the cusp, so that's unfortunate. But still, again, this is why I just am not a fan of this process. Okay? Just not. That's actually a lot better. Got a little bit out of that. But that's okay. Again, I'm not in it for the clouds. I really don't want to push all that through my lungs to begin with. And again, not a dabber, so it's really not my cup of tea. So the next part about that, and maybe it's just because I like to rush through things as well when it comes to it. Again, I just want to thumb it into my pipe and call it a day. I don't think I need to go through 1,000 steps just to relax after work. So before we get into all this, for what we do afterwards for the cleaning, like I said, you want to let your rig cool. And then you want to get your tools together for that, right? So we're going to move our product out of the way. We're going to move our little dab tool out of the way, and we're going to move our torch, of course. And what we're going to pull in now is we're going to pull in our tools to clean our glass, right? Because everybody that dabs always wants to tell you that you got to keep your glass clean. Nobody likes to see a dirty banger. So, what you need is for your tools, of course, is you need a glass container. Okay, you need isopropyl alcohol, and you want to pour that alcohol into a glass container. And then you want to use your cleaning Q-tips, of course. Now, I like to use the Sesh Connection exclusive reusable silicone Q-tips, which actually we do sell. But they are reusable Q-tips. They're made of silicone, and this way you're not creating a whole lot of waste by putting 50 Q-tips into one little tool. You can reuse these, you can wash them off. You don't want to put it obviously into a fiery hot rig, so otherwise you'll burn it. We all know that, whether it's silicone or not, that's just how that goes. So, you still want to be gentle with them at the end of the day. But again, these are reusable. You don't have to waste. So now we're going to bring our little rig back over, right? I always like to tell people to grab your banger by the neck, whether it's cooled down enough or not, because the neck is not as hot as your actual banger head would be, okay? So grab from the neck, alrighty, and as far down to that bottom part as you can, because again, you can still feel the heat, and you just don't want to burn your fingers, right? Okay, so you want to take your banger, you want to take your glass with the alcohol in there, and you want to just set that down in there, make sure that it gets all covered up and soaks in there for a moment or so. I like to immediately pull it up, right? And I will take my little Q-tip in there and go right around inside, cleaning all of that cookie mist that I've just put in there, that I've just burned around in there, cleaning that up, alrighty? And I just dip and swirl that into my alcohol as well. And hey, guess what? Instead of throwing this away, I can put this right back in the container and use it at another time. So, don't forget that. You guys want to look at some reusable Q-tips, to contact me. We do sell them at Sesh Connection. So I can always help you out with getting either one of those done, regular plain blue, regular plain pink, or we actually do a whole dyeing color to them as well. So yeah, just hit me up, obviously on the gram, and we can take you from there. So that's really, to me, that's about it, you guys. So let's chat a little bit about 420, right? What did y'all do? I know that I had 5 pop-ups in that day. On top of that, going to the Civic Center Park event at the end of the night to work with Callie Blaze. Um, that was harsh, you guys. I can't believe most of you spent the entire day out there with the rain, the snow, the cold air. By 9:30, I could not see anymore. There was absolutely no light in the tent where I had stickers and pins at. I was done. I was done for the day, and I was freezing. I did not dress for the weather. I dressed for inside my car and inside a dispensary. I didn't dress for standing outside in the cold for almost 3 hours, simply because I really didn't even have time to go home and redress into something else warmer for that specific occasion. Because everything that I did in that day from all of my pop ups, they were all set in such a way that I just had this much time to get to another place and this much time to get to the next. And everything just flowed for me very, very smoothly, really, when it came down to it. So let's see, I was up in Wellington at Smokin' Cowboy. That is the last dispensary before you hit Wyoming. So I was all the way up there, and that place was packed. Back to back to back people. It never ended. I brought them some snacks and some water and some chips and things and some donuts. Just because, on 420 at a dispensary, bud tenders need energy. They are dealing with, they're dealing with you. They're dealing with you and lots of you. And it's hard for them to get through all of you with everything that you guys want, on top of everything else you need. So they really try, and they just need energy all day long. So snacks were given to them, water was given to them, they had energy drinks. So it's Christmas for bud tenders, really, but not. It's Christmas for cannabis smokers. But the bud tenders are more like the Thanksgiving Eve, Good Friday Eve, rather, workers at Walmart. So yeah, we have to go in on that holiday. So from there, I actually went to Smokin' Cowboy's sister store, which was Flower Power in Fort Collins. Smaller store, again, packed, just absolutely packed. Wall to wall people. It was great. I loved seeing it, and the employees. Every place that I went to, the owners or the managers gave all of the employees bags full of samples, full of samples. I thought that was really nice of them. Let's see, from there, I had to stop off and drop some stuff off at Kind Care, in Fort Collins. And then I went to Cookies in Denver. So Cookies in Denver was packed. You guys, the line went out and around the side of the building. I just, again, brought them snacks, brought them cupcakes, brought them chips and water and all that. Just wanted to make sure that they were fueled. In an industry too where we do get short staff, and especially on that holiday, your typical bud tender is looking for every which way they possibly could to get out, and they do. So, oh, you know what? Before I actually went to Cookies, I ended up at Doc's Apothecary as well. So, did that too. Again, nonstop people, really great, cool, awesome staff. Then to Cookies, then went over to 6 and 40 Brewery for the Pyramid Pyramid collab between 6 and 40 and Pyramid, and they did the terp infused beer. It was a West Coast Pilsner. It was so delicious. You guys, we're definitely going to talk about it and try it. We're actually going to go live with that show and go on site with that show, or go on location, I should say, for that show to sit down with Jacob again from Pyramid. If you remember the last show he was on, we didn't have any sound, and it was such a great show. But we're going to sit down with Jacob there, and we're also going to sit down with Jose, who is the owner of 6 and 40. And we are going to basically find out how they came about wanting to do this collab, where it came from, what made the choice of specifically the Blue Dream West Coast Pilsner. I'm very interested to hear everything about it, and we will also be trying one of the Blue Dream Burst vapes as well that day. So by Pyramid. So we are going to try that beer. We're going to try a vape of the same name, and it's just really great. If you guys get a chance, it is on tap at the 6 and 40 Brewery that is here in Wheat Ridge, you guys. So check that out when you get a chance. From the 6 and 40, I came back into the city, and I parked 3.5 blocks away from Civic Center Park itself. And then on top of that, guys, where the setup for Cali Blaze was actually at was all the way across the other side of the park. So keep that in mind. There's detail behind that. So at the end of the night, it really sucked that I had to bring this 6-foot heavy table and this bin filled with whatever was left there for the entire day to my car. I don't know who or what or when, if anybody at all is listening that was there at Civic Center Park. If you were one of the people that helped me make it to the opposite side of Civic Center Park that day, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very trying. To the EMT guy that helped from that point bring the stuff to my car, literally telling the staff on the radio that he's ignoring the call about the drunken person, or the high person rather, that needed to sit down, I believe. He said they could handle it. Pretty sure they could. He helped me to my car. He brought everything to my car with me. And that was really super nice of him. Of course, right? So anyhow, so let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about Scentsy. On the 19th, the day before 420, I went to the Scentsy event. I love that we have events, you guys. I do. And I know that you've seen my post on the gram about it. I love that we have events. I'm sad that our events are like non-consumption, or you can consume, but it has to be on this bus. Guys, on 420, every state that just became legalized and every state that's been legalized was having events with all kinds of friendly consumption. All kinds. And they had alcohol. Here, we can only choose one and not the other. You can have alcohol at your event, but you can't consume. You can have an event, but you just can't consume. We are the state that, of cannabis. And we're the ones telling you, you can't consume on this day. You could get in trouble for that. As I said in my post, and I will say it again, Colorado, I think it's time to maybe vote out the old blood and vote in the new blood when it comes to making the rules, laws, and regulations for the MED. We could get people in there that maybe could stop this whole checking the ID a second time, especially when they come into the dispensary and you can physically see them as the bud tender talking to the receptionist, handing them their ID, and then they walk up to the counter and have to hand me their ID again because that's the law. If the MED has one up on all of us for shapeshifters, let us know. I mean, I'll come work for you just to come and find out about shapeshifters, because obviously you guys think that that happens in a dispensary often. They're not changing who they are the second they walk in the door. Can we just stop with this whole checking up on every little detail of them? I mean, next we're going to be asking for, to check inside their bags and check their wallets. We don't even have metal detectors at the entrances for dispensaries. So anybody can walk in with a gun, with a weapon, with a taser. Anybody could walk in with that. But by all means, let's make sure we check your ID twice to make sure you are who you say you are. Come on, Colorado. As it's said on the gram, as it's said on the talk, do better. Do better. Okay? This coming Sunday, I will be I was invited to the Bongathon Invitational Picnic, which means that it's the day that, you get to go and see who's going to be going there if you want to get some tickets for it. It's a meet and greet and a hangout and kind of meet all the people that are a big, huge part of putting Bongathon together. It's really a lot of fun. I highly suggest anybody that has not experienced Bongathon to come out this year and experience it. I do have flyers and a QR, and I will post that on the gram for the Bongathon Invitational. Please come on out, support us. It's going to be great. Or support them, support people in general, but definitely support Bongathon, you guys. It's a lot of fun. It really is. Bong races, of course. A couple episodes ago, you guys got to meet Billy the Bud Tender and Crusher as well. And you got to meet the VP as well too, Sierra. So yeah, guys, they're fun people. The event is fun. Come hang out. Look it up. I will post it on the gram so you guys have some information on it, of course. Good news for Tetra. Did you guys see finally, hold on, we've got some ambulances. Finally, they got their hospitality situation approved. I mean, it's about time. Let's go. Come on, you guys. This is insane. We know for a fact that Tetra Lounge had higher ups, had the mayor or the governor at the ribbon cutting, and is still going through tape just to get their license in order. This was years ago. Come on. It's time. It's time. So glad to hear that. Good for you, Tetra. Can't wait to go there. You guys, I don't talk bad about companies here. I really don't. And I'm not going to talk bad about this company either, because I am, at the end of it all, I'm very excited about this new lounge opening up, coming up. I'm a little on the fence about what I've seen as far as a lot of things go. They're still looking to fund it. And I get that. You have some interesting ways of keeping investors or getting money flowing to to help with the lounge. I get that. I guess that I'm curious the decor. I'm curious about the atmosphere. I'm curious about the demographic intention. Okay. A lot of people, a lot of places that have had events, they're not walking in a suit and a tie, although we know that my brother would be in a suit and a tie with every event he went to, but not the general public. They don't typically go to cannabis-related events in a suit and tie. They don't go to cannabis events to listen to classical music, and they're certainly not looking at a lounge to be something of an elegance. And I could be 100% wrong, and that's fine. That's fine. But from somebody who has had events in the past and knowing where I've had these events at, I'm just curious as to what your demographic is, as far as who are you reaching with? Like, who are you reaching out to with this particular kind of a lounge? I know that you're very happy about having the grand piano in the main room. And again, I'm just curious for what demographic on Colfax is that working out for. So I'm on the fence. Again, I'm excited, but I'm on the fence about it. Maybe it's because I'm looking for that in between. You've got a place like Lads, we're going to say, it rhymes with lads. We're going to say you have a place like that, and then you have Cirrus Lounge coming out, or Cirrus Social Lounge rather coming out. And my curiosity is, I think I want something in between, not something that makes me feel like I'm going in a dirt alley somewhere, and not something that makes me feel like I'm underdressed. I want something in between. I hope Tetra Lounge is that in between. I really do. Or for that matter, like I said, I really want to see what Cirrus brings to the table. Okay. Oh my God, you guys. All right. So cool thing came in today, of course. Hold on, hold on. Let me move some things out of the way. Oh my goodness, you guys. I am so excited about this. My disposable stickers that I ordered came in. I ordered these myself. So I'm so excited. They came in today. I grabbed them this morning. I'm so super stoked. And if you don't know what disposable is, of course, it is a full-on disposable bowl that comes as a flat, of course, ivory, paperboard, food grade quality, stainless steel, food grade quality, already has the screen cut into that, right? All you do after it's flat like this, see how flat, right? All those little components, this little circle here, this little circle there, you just squeeze it and it comes out looking, well, squeeze it and put it together, of course, and it comes out looking like that. That first hole we showed you, it's carved. That second hole we showed you, that's where the bowl head goes in. Alrighty? Really nice, super easy. I've had great feedback on these from a lot of people. I've heard I keep it in my tackle box so that I smoke it every once in a while. So they're not using them and throwing them out right away, right? They're able to use these for a long period of time. If you're snowboarding, if you're hiking, if you're in an area where like, hey, I've got to flatten this and put it away real quick, flatten it. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. Wherever you need to put it, get that bullhead. Put that in your pocket. After that, take it out again. Unfold it. Put it back together. It's something that you can use on and off throughout the day. It will not break or bust on you as long as you flatten it. Be an adult. Do the right thing. Flatten it before. Don't just put it in your pocket already made and then go hiking down a mountain, climbing up a mountain, or snowboarding down a mountain. And then fall. Obviously, you're going to break it. You might break your legs too, but you're definitely going to break the disposable if it's already put together. So, I am always prepared. I keep these in my car, just like I keep a growler in my car as well, because you never know when you need them. So don't forget, if your dispo or your cannabis company is looking to purchase a disposable, hit up my email, treyval.disposable@gmail.com. That's TREYVAL.disposable, DISPOZEABOWL I'll send you a price sheet, and then you just get back to me with what we're looking for, and we'll go from there, everybody. So one exciting cannabis holiday coming up this month is on the 17th of May, World Baking Day. Of course, it's a cannabis-related event in oh so many ways. I mean, if I have to give examples, it's a day to celebrate being baked or the act of infusing baked goods. Just all in all, I would like to treat World Baking Day as a cannabis holiday. So I'm gonna. So there. I think that's going to do it for today's show, of course. All in all, thank you guys again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the Greenery Hash Factory, of course. That Lebanese hash was amazing. I will definitely get that going at some other point in time. Thank you to Disposable. Again, you guys, I'm the sales rep for them, so that's why you contact me. I'll get you the better deals on everything, and I'll have stuff sent up to you right away. We can even waive the shipping and handling for you if you just go through me. So thank you to Bongathon for the picnic invite. You can purchase disposables through me as well as the reusable Q-tip, of course. I had somebody ask me here about May the 4th. You're not wrong. May the 4th be with you, of course, is coming up. May the 8th, which is to me a cannabis thing, is definitely coming up as well. And we are giving away an eighth of cannabis on the gram for a contest there for May the 8th be with you. May the 4th, you guys, there's so many different breweries having events and contests. My father and I, one year, he won the costume contest. He was dressed up as a really good baiter. And we went to Kuma's Corner, which is no longer in existence. Best damn mac and cheese and burgers in all the land. But anyway, they had a contest. He won. We got a gift certificate to the Wizard's Chest, which was pretty cool. But there was a lot of breweries having an event that day. I feel like Ollie is also having an event that day. If I see it on the gram, you guys, I will definitely post if Ollie's having an event. I hope so. And as you know, there's probably going to be a bar crawl and all. You will hear from me maybe on the gram if there's anything else coming about that I hear about. But all in all, don't forget, you guys, you can catch me here every Monday night at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on this YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, follow us on the gram, _sesh_connection. Find us on the gram, follow us on there. You'll see posts, you'll see contests, you'll see all kinds of good stuff going on. Again, you guys, I am your host, Tracy Valentine. This is the Sesh Connection. Thank you for joining me, and you guys have a great, great week. Bye-bye.